afternoon, this is Cami Mather from BBC Kent. I'm in Chatham at Mackay's printing company, where yesterday there was an unfortunate incident with one of the factory employees, and I'm here to speak to the CEO of Mackay's and ask him a little bit more about what happened yesterday.
Well, yesterday one of our workers, Robin, tried to help one of his employees who was qualified to work on the one of the machines, but unfortunately this employee had to go to the on family emergency to visit his pregnant wife. And this another employee, Robin, he wasn't qualified to work on the machine, but he.
And is it usual to have people replacing their colleagues without training on the machinery?
No, that was certainly breaking our rules and regulations. Internal regulations.
And what exactly was the machine he was operating?
That was a shredder machine.
A shredder machine. I see. And can you tell us a little bit more about the injury that he sustained?
Well, the injury concerning his arm. So he's now currently in the hospital. And
what exactly? Did he break his wrist or lose a finger or?
No, at this moment we are waiting for information from the hospital. I cannot disclose this.
Okay, because we've heard that he's lost his arm. Could this be true?
Well, we need to check with the hospital.
I see. And what kind of contact are you having with the hospital, with Robin's family?
Yeah, we certainly keep in touch with the hospital and the Robin's family and trying to arrange all the possible that we could do to actually get him back and get him back to the normal life and help the family in the future. And
what plans do you have for the future? Are you intending to let this kind of thing carry on, these ad hoc replacements? And does it not worry you that your employees feel that they're able to leave their positions and go off on personal business without any policies in place when they're operating such dangerous machinery?
Oh, certainly not. Certainly not. Just
it feels it may be representing a lack of employee commitment or trust to the management, which is probably a serious issue for you, considering that you're new in the positions and you've just taken over the company. What would you say to increase employee confidence?
That's right. We just recently acquired the company, and we're just in the process of setting internal rules. And it looks like we need to enforce actually our rules. And just in the morning, we actually addressed the whole employees meetings that we are not going to compromise our rules. We are going to enforce them.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately,
I'm not sure if your employees will trust you, because there are rumors that you're a bunch of young, up-and-coming, recently graduated business people who don't necessarily have the experience of dealing with such a large company and so many families that depend on this company.
Well, that's not necessarily true. All of us have a lot of years of industrial experience, and with different companies and with in different countries. So this is not correct. And we actually taken over the company that hasn't implemented this security policy before. We certainly.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that there was no security policy at Mackay's before you came in to the management?
Yeah, but they weren't enforced. So this is where we are taking on, and we are certainly going to enforce this.
And you weren't aware? Were you aware that these policies were not being enforced when you took over the company?
Well, it wasn't on our papers. We couldn't see this.
Is the security of your employees not your first concern?
Well, certainly this is our first concern, and that's why I said we addressed this the first thing in the morning, actually, just before the accident. But you see that it takes, actually it's not enough, and we are going to actually enforce our discipline.
It feels that your employees are probably quite disillusioned with you. I mean, there are rumors that Mackay's employees are often seen down the pub at lunchtime. I think that you recently had an incident with a pub brawl. I don't know how you dealt with that, but there are lots of unresolved incidents and rumors going around about the company, and there seems to be a big lack of confidence. Why do you think your workers are so angry with you?
Well, first of all, we started to address this problem. As I said, just the same day, same morning, we said that we are going to arrange all the trainings and ensure that the quality and discipline is our #1 priority. But still, you see that it's not enough. We are going to take lesson out of this. We are going to make sure that this will not happen in the future.
Do you know why your workers are so angry with you? It seems that they're afraid. They seem to be scared of layoffs. They're hearing rumors about bankruptcy. You seem to have a problem with communication in your company.
I wouldn't say so, because in the morning I addressed all the employees. I met all the employees.
Yes, but do you listen to your employees?
Oh, certainly, yes.
And what have they been telling you?
Well, we have a range of issues, and we are in the process of discussing. One of the issues that, for example, we solved just recently, on this week, we realized that there is asbestos issues, safety issues in the plant. We immediately ordered the audit and immediately localized the issue. So we are not compromising the issues. Safety.
And how have you communicated to your staff on this issue?
I told it in the morning. That was in my speech.
I see.
I also said that we are working on stability of the company, stability of the business. We had problems before, just after acquiring company, we had problems with IT systems that we...
Yes, I hear that all your historical data was wiped out in a server crash.
Right. And if you compare this to the previous management who wasn't able to invest into this to solve the problem, we invested and solved the problem and actually investing into improving the situation in the future.
And how are you intending to deal with Robin's family? Is there compensation? Is there going to be a lawsuit?
Well, we are certainly going to conduct in the accordance of the legislation, which is compliant with national regulations, and we will see how we can help the family.
Okay, well, we hope to hear some more from you soon, and you'll be hearing from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Cami Mather from Affairs in Chatham, Kent. Good night. Okay, feedback. So this team wasn't much of a team because there was just one person speaking. And although he had a lot to say and was able to answer questions, what he did well was that, for example, he spoke about the asbestos issue and the IT issues that the company had had, so he was open about those. However, I think that mentioning that obviously it's a coincidence that they had a discussion with their team only that morning, but it seems that perhaps 3 months into taking over a company, that's a bit late to be doing that sort of thing, especially with all the issues that they described the previous management as having created. The biggest problem was that 3 of the team were just laughing most of the time and then not taking part in the discussion, which I think perhaps they could have. We all get the giggles, but maybe one of them could have stepped forward to say something to try and get out of that difficult situation, which I didn't really exploit. Overall, the information was there, but I don't think the feeling was, and the confidence wasn't very. It wasn't a very. Didn't give a very confident impression. You obviously, if you did see that on live TV, you would never believe a word of it.